Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, January 12th, 2017. Can hardly believe we're into mid-January already. Lots of things happening, lots of exciting things. And I thank you all for joining in every week because as we move forward, as I've mentioned before, things are going to be changing rapid fire. So I wanted to take a couple minutes just to start in on the agenda, but before I do that, just as a way of testing the technology, which I battle with on a daily basis, if you can see my screen, if you just want to click your hand icon on the control panel to the right of your screen, just to let me know you can see it. I don't see any hands. There they are. Okay, good. Whew, had me nervous. So this is one way that you can ask your questions, and if you want to ask them live, you can raise your hand and I'll unmute you at the end and you can ask your question live. Or if you want to type in your question in the question box, we'll answer that at the end of the webinar. Thanks again for joining in. And just the first two bullet points, URL's group resource page, as well as the Starmark webinar that we did on Tuesday. Wanted to just kind of point a few things out on our website. The group resource page, of course, let me get here. See my battles with technology? If you go into our health plan options, the group health resource page is a wealth of knowledge for anyone that, no matter what your level of comfort is in group health benefits, all the information you need is here. Of course, we're always available to help you. These pages are still being updated, as you can imagine. So if you have a question on the forms, just shoot your case manager an email so that they can make sure that you have the most up-to-date forms. Another item that I wanted to draw your attention to is if you did miss our webinar, well, let me back up. Every one of our webinars, if you register, even if you're not available at that time, you will get a recorded version, a recording link of the webinar that you can watch, at your leisure. I always say pop some corn and put your feet up and watch the webinars. But I'm not sure if you know, but all of our webinars are recorded and they're on the YouTube channel. So if you go to our homepage, url.insgroup.com, and go to the YouTube icon, you're going to see not only the webinars that we've done, but you'll see the self-funding webinar and all the other webinars, the DOL update webinars that Joe puts on, Joe Porio, every other week. So again, just become familiar with our site because there are a lot of resources on there for your resource. Next bullet point, the employer chip notice, the general notice of Cobra rights and Cobra election notices, the model notices were previously set to expire December 31st of 2016. They have now been, that expiration has now been extended to December 31st of 2019. So this information is my compliance link in my newsletter today. So for more details, just click on that compliance link at the top of the newsletter, fill in your information, and I will send you the link about the model notices for, again, your reference and resource. Next bullet point, groups can enroll in a group health plan at any time. For those of you that are clearly ingrained or solidly ingrained into the group health market, you already know that. But for those of you that are looking for new opportunities, especially with individual rates being higher than group health rates, just know that a group can enroll at any time. There is no open enrollment period for groups to enroll with a new carrier. So if you have questions on that, again, just let me know. On our website, we did just update the Highmark Individual Dental brochure. They just sent that out. That is also going to be included in my newsletter, but it is on our website under the product information. So if you're looking to go back to your clients and talk about dental, Highmark Individual Dental is a good option. It does pay 6% compensation, so maybe you can make up for some of the lost revenue from zero commissions on the health. Just a thought. Reminder about the summary of plan documents and the premium only plan documents. This is a complimentary service that URL offers for your group health plan. So if you're writing group health with us, we will put together the summary of plan documents and the POP documents or the POP documents for you to promote as your value add. When you go out to a group, if you talk about offering these services free of charge or complimentary, that's a value add that may set you apart from other brokers. It is certainly part of compliance, and the summary of plan documents alone are required for all employers, whether they're 2-person or 2 million people. This is an ERISA requirement. If the Department of Labor comes in and realizes that you don't have one or it's not up to date, they could assess a $110 per employee per day per health and welfare benefit penalty. So it could definitely be substantial. Take advantage of these complimentary services that we're offering and go out and gain that group business. So just my next bullet point, change is coming. I don't know many people that are up in the middle of the night. I'm one of them. I'm sure there are many others out there, but in the wee hours of the morning, the Senate bill passed, the reconciliation bill. It's the first step in repealing the Affordable Care Act, and what the reconciliation bill will do is take line by line, look at budgetary issues that they can essentially debunk, regulate or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm not using the right words. Get rid of. How about that? And some of the items in that reconciliation bill would be elimination of the penalties for the individual mandate, both the subsidy and the fines. There's some Planned Parenthood language in there as well. On the hopper for getting cut would be the Cadillac tax as well. Of course, I don't think anyone ever thought that that would ever come to fruition. And then the Medicare device sales tax. So a lot of those things are in this bill that passed the Senate. It is going to the House, and it is expected to pass. There was an amendment, however, that did not pass, and that amendment was created by the Democrats to eliminate any of this budget reconciliation bill from affecting Medicare and or Medicaid. So essentially, the budgetary reconciliation bill passed in the Senate, but they wanted to add that amendment that any budgetary changes would not affect Medicare or Medicaid. That, again, that did not pass, so Medicare and Medicaid are all on the table, as well as the provisions within the Affordable Care Act. Now, do I think a lot's going to change? Heck no. Left or right, nobody wants to mess with the largest voting bloc in this country, and that's the seniors. And of course, the Medicare Advantage plans and Medicare are very popular, obviously. And so, you know, within the Affordable Care Act, the donut hole within Medicare was addressed. So my feeling is that that may come out as a budgetary item, but I'm sure they'd probably find other ways to pay for that closing of the donut hole. So I wouldn't get alarmed yet. I'm just letting you know what's going on. And as I mentioned and keep mentioning, there's going to be rapid fire changes after the 20th. Will they be implemented immediately? Probably not, but we're going to keep you informed and keep you abreast of any changes, big or small. So what I've decided to offer, and hopefully it's a resource for you, is I'm going to create a Vince's Corner in my newsletter that goes out every Thursday. So Vince Phillips, as many of you know in the industry, is the Pennsylvania Association of Health Underwriters lobbyist. So he's a wealth of knowledge on all things legislative, and I asked him to put together a weekly sort of briefing in layman's terms of what's going on, what to expect, you know, ramifications of anything that passed. So keep watching for that. That is coming soon. Hopefully we'll have something for next week's newsletter. But I think hopefully that's going to be valuable information for you. Just a reminder about our Gemini Partners Program and the Gemini Group Bonus Pool. The Gemini Partners Program was something we started in the beginning, or at the beginning of 2016, and it's really a way that we came up with to really reward those agents that bring all of their business lines to us. Some of our agent partners choose to only do health or Medicare or group health or individual with us, but not life or not annuities, employee benefits, etc. So the program really is nothing more than a way to reward you for saying, you know what, we do life insurance, we don't do it with URL, but we're going to do it with URL and become a Gemini partner. So it's a great partnership program. There are financial rewards for being in the program, namely the Gemini Group Bonus Pool for 2016 was $50,000. So any groups that were submitted from our Gemini partners get a piece of that $50,000. And right now we're going through the reports and evaluating what that really means, but there are some substantial bonuses that will go out as part of being the a Gemini partner. For 2017, the bonus pool is starting at $25,000. We fully expect it to get to $50,000, if not higher, for 2017. So if you're curious about some of the new offerings and for our group health division and what we offer versus some of our competitors, give me a call. Give any of us a call. We're happy to talk about some of the benefits and value adds that we've added, and we'd love to have the opportunity to earn your group health business. And that brings us up to the open forum where you can ask questions. While you're formulating your questions, a reminder that next Thursday, January 19th, we'll have another webinar, and hopefully we'll have a lot of information to share on that as well. So let's get to the questions. Oh, Elise likes to send me missiles for my webinar, just reminders. So she mentions that the 15th of the month is a general deadline rule for group submissions, 2/1 needed by 1/15, etc. She says if it's after the 15th, just reach out to us and we can tell you if it will work or not. So if you have these Johnny-come-lately groups, don't say no. Again, the general rule is the 15th, but you know, there could be ways around that. So talk to Elise, Thomas, or Katrina and see if they can get those rules through. Erica says, can you assist us with an SPD if we wrote it outside of URL? Generally, no, Erica, but let's have a fire sale. Let's just do that. If you have an SPD that needs to be created out there, then you go ahead and send that information in. There is a workbook that I can send you. Erica, I'll send you the workbook that needs to be completed. But again, any of you out there that are doing group business and need that SPD or POP, let me know and I'll email you the booklet. Joe says, CBC canceling individual plans because healthcare.gov auto-mapped them to Geisinger and premium was not paid. The CBC plan is being canceled by either Geisinger or healthcare.gov. I'm not sure if that's a question or a statement, Joe. And, oh, Joe says, can I unmute you? Or can I unmute him? And yes, I will do that. Can you hear me, Joe? Oh, you didn't enter your audio pin. I just sent it, so hopefully you'll get that, Joe. So I guess the question, it might be, if the question is capital canceling or healthcare.gov, what I was told by Jody Klimans is that, oh, he's asking if I've noticed this. Yes, yes and no. It's not it's not a hard and fast rule, but what Jody Kleiman from Capital told me is that if they were auto-mapped to another plan, another carrier, they're going to look at premium. If premium doesn't come in, then the incumbent carriers will get a notice of premium paid on, you know, their old plan or a new plan that they selected themselves, or that it wasn't paid and they're paying on the auto-mapped plan. So let me try to drill down on that, Joe, and get you some more information. But from what I'm being told, it's supposed to be seamless and it's supposed to be canceled through healthcare.gov with notifying the carrier, and then they ultimately cancel it. So that's it. That brings us up to the end of our questions. And just a reminder, next Thursday we'll meet back here at the same time, same place, 9:30, and bring your questions. Again, things are going to be changing quickly. Hopefully all of us will find it for the good, and a lot of exciting things. Change is not always easy, especially at my age, but this is change that I'm going to embrace and be happy about, because goodness knows it can only get better, correct? So again, thank you so much for joining in every week. I wish you all a great balance of the week and a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.